you please tell us your name, age, how many kids you have, and who's interviewing you?
Sure. So my name is David. I'm 54. I have two kids, and my oldest son, Jermaine, is interviewing me.
You were born in Mexico. Tell me, how was it like growing up in America and Mexico?
Well, I was born in Mexico, that's true, but we immigrated to the United States maybe when I was 2 years old. So I don't remember being a child in Mexico. However, I did go back and go to school when I was a teenager there for a few years. Life is very different, or was very different in the 80s in Mexico than what it is now over there. There was a lot of freedom. It was a lot of being able as a teenager to do what you wanted to do. You could ride the bus, walk, take a taxi at 2 o'clock in the morning, and it wasn't dangerous. It wasn't out of the ordinary. Going out and partying with friends was a lot different than here in the United States. Here in the United States, life is a little bit more regulated and constrained. It takes a lot more planning. It's the availability of just kind of being out there isn't as wide as it is here in Mexico. There's just a lot more freedom back then.
What were your thoughts when you received the news that you were going to be a father?
I was excited, and then you get nervous, and then you get scared, and then you get excited, and then nervous and scared. Now you're responsible from one day to the next for another human being and not just yourself. So it kind of changes your perspective on things. But I was excited, nervous, and scared.
What was the first year of fatherhood like?
Nervous, excited, and scared. Kids don't come with manuals, so you kind of have to learn it as you go. I think I changed one diaper, and that was scary. You were pretty good at getting that diaper dirty. Very talented. Other things just kind of came naturally. If you cried, you either were hungry or you needed something, and it was kind of easy, but still you're nervous, scared.
What day-to-day activities or hobbies changed when you became a father?
Oh wow, that's a big one. I think that what changes day to day once you become a parent is that your own likes and passions and things that you want to do automatically kind of just get lower on the list. And so it's no longer about you, and now it's no longer about me, and it's about somebody else. So you kind of have to put whatever you want to do in life or whatever you want to accomplish or the things that you want on the back burner until the needs of other people are met. In this case, you.
What was your favorite memory of us as father and son? And was it selling my Pokemon cards?
You didn't use them when I didn't sell them. Mom had you sell the Pokemon cards. I was against it, but anyways. Okay, what was the question again?
What was your favorite memory of us as father and son?
Favorite memory, okay. It goes with a little bit of a backstory, but it was teaching you how to ride a bike. And the backstory is that you've always been very literal. You were always done what you were told. You always did what you were told. And you, as a little kid, you had a very hard time like doing things that were outside of just what you were told to do. So when we were trying to teach you how to ride a bike, we would say, Jermaine, just pedal and keep your eyes straight and go straight. So you would get on the bike, we would push you off and you'd pedal and you'd literally go like this, and then the bike would start going to the side to fall and fall and fall, and you'd keep pedaling, and you wouldn't try to balance. You would just wind up on the floor kind of sideways like this with your feet on the pedal. Normal people would think that they try to balance. The other one that I thought was really funny was one time you ran over a car at your birthday party. And normally a car runs over you, but nope, you had finally learned how to be on the bike. You were riding down the driveway and there was a car coming, and it was at your birthday party. Everybody started yelling and you just kept going and going and you ran into the car. So, there's quite a few like that, but they all have to do with you being very stringent and straight and being literal.
This is a very important interview. I don't want you to make up memories.
I'll get Mother here to prove them.
What advice would you give to a new father in today's day and age?
Today's day and age advice. Take it as it comes. It's a very different time and era, but you've got to take time to enjoy it. You've got to take time to it's not just how people say all about guiding and providing direction and recommendations and opinions. You have to take time to kind of step outside of it and have fun and do things. And we always tried to do things that were fun as much as we could, and kind of step out of that so that you're not just always stuck in the whole mom and dad role. And one biggest advice is probably, you're not your child's friend, you're your child's parent / friend. And so you have to really lean on that role and know which role to step into when it's needed. But it's not always you're their friend.
Final question, where are you guys hiding my Game Boy?
Your Game Boys, I think both of yours and your brother's, who's working behind the camera, I think I just saw your Game Boys. We just moved from one house to the other, as you guys know. I think your Game Boys are hidden somewhere else in the new house. But you won't have access to them because they're hidden even further than they were before.